Hello, welcome back to another episode of Saveourstreets TV. I'm your host, Kareem Magani, and today with us is Mr. Trent Griffin. How you doing?
How you doing today?
I'm all right. So today what we'll be doing is we'll be just asking a few questions about your life and things that go on in your personal life. So it's just general questions, all right?
Cool.
So question number one, how was your childhood growing up?
My childhood growing up, it was probably no different than many. One thing that my father, he passed away when I was like 9 years old. That was very tough. And then at that age, that's when we moved from. I was born in New York City, so that's when we moved from New York City to upstate New York. At first, I hated it, especially coming from New York. I had so much freedom and I was always outside playing sports and, but then coming up here, I remember telling my mom, like, there's nothing to do but look at the cows, but then other than that, it was, my father passing away. I had some issue. There was just some minor things growing up with some issues with like a single parent mother. That was that was tough, but I just fought through it and made the best of the situations.
All right, so that's all you got for number one?
All right.
All right, so what do you do for a living?
So now
I
actually started my own company.
Mm-hmm.
So I started a hospitality-based shuttle service,
Mm-hmm.
and hospitality being geared towards the hotel industry. And the goal is to be the number one group transportation agency. I started the company just because I actually grew in the hotel industry. I started at an entry-level position. It was called a houseman, and through a lot of hard work, a lot of self-teaching, I was able to slowly work my way up to a general manager. And then from that, I realized in the Schenectady area, there was just a need for transportation with the hotels. No hotel in Schenectady had a shuttle. And I just said if we could bridge the gap and get the guests to and from even just the airports to the casinos, then I would like to do that. And then today, now we work with, we're approaching 40 hotels that we work with in the whole capital region. Yeah.
So do you have any tips for the youth and adults alike for becoming successful at what they do?
Definitely. Well, first off, I think success has many different definitions. My definition of success could be totally different than someone else's, but I think if ultimate success comes from doing what it is you love. So I think the first thing is really finding out what you enjoy doing. What your talent, we all have God-given talents, and whatever your talent is that you have, I think if you first figure out what that is, what your passion is, and I think if you really attack your passion and go after what it is you enjoy doing, I think that's the first step towards being successful. But I think with success, there's a lot of underlying things to get you to where you want to be. I think with success, you have to have goals. I think with success, you're going to have a lot of hard work, dedication. I mean, even for myself, if you want to own your own company, whatever it is you want to do, it's always going to be challenging. And you have to have the work ethic and the determination, because it's going to be so hard that there's going to be times where you want to give up and quit. But your determination and your passion for it is going to have to be what drives you to get you towards your goals. So I think that's a little bit, but I mean, success, you could go on and on about what it takes to get there. But I think ultimately it really starts with a lot of self-discipline, following your passion, knowing what your passion is, what your talents are, and then just going for it.
All right, so do you have any other aspirations or big goals in life right now?
Definitely. So ultimately, I want to grow my company to, being that it's a hospitality-based transportation, there's nothing like it actually like in the world. Like I've looked it up. There's nothing that's just hospitality-based transportation. So it's my goal to, you know, franchise it and take it globally, and eventually one day take it all over the world. Also, right now I'm really digging into real estate. And so my goal is to, I'm gonna start a real estate company in which, you know, I buy real estate, I sell real estate, I flip houses, I wholesale houses. Maybe one day it's a goal of mine to own a couple of strip malls. So definitely have a lot more goals and aspirations and things that I'm aiming for to achieve in life.
So how did you get to like choose your career, like go for that like one thing?
How did I choose it? It kind of just happened. To be honest, I've always been a leader, I would say, and I've always known that I wanted to work for myself. I had some hiccups. I went to prison, and when I came home from prison, it was very hard to find a job. So I had to work a lot of temp agencies, and that was very difficult. And everywhere I went, people would they wouldn't hire me just because I had a felony on my record. So the hospitality industry, I luckily was able to. I got hired on the spot at a job, and from that moment, that opened my door into the hospitality industry, which I was able to build upon, and now again find this. So it's like it kind of happened organically, and I think that's the best things in life. They always do happen organically.
So did you have any major setbacks or like bad things that have happened to get to where you have been getting at now?
Definitely. Prison it was something that was bad. It's something that I brought upon myself. Like I own it. I completely own it. I put myself in that situation. But that also made my path that much harder. Because like I said, it's hard to find jobs. You know, when I came home, it was like I had to basically start at the ground level, and which has also been a blessing because it's made me who I am today. But I honestly believe in life, for like every setback, for any loss, as people say, there's really no losses. You just learn from every lesson and you continue to build on it. And so all of the setbacks that I did have, I look at them as blessings, and I think that they really did shape me to who I am today.
So thank you for taking the time for you to be with us today, to show the people who are watching right now about your life and about success in general. And so this is Saveourstreets TV, and this is Kareem, and we hope you enjoyed.
Thank you.